Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Ice Project. Today is the 12th of January and we're already talking about football and I love it. So for now, roll the intro.
Welcome to the Ice Project. Welcome to the Ice Project.
Obviously with YKTR Sports starting to gather a bit more momentum, myself and Scope going to be talking a lot more football. Obviously I cover aspects of entrepreneurship and business and life on different parts, but I'm going to start talking a lot of sports as well. So we've got 3 questions here. Luke, you rip into them.
And before we start, like and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment and subscribe. YouTube's our favorite platform. We're going to make a massive push for that. 62% of the people that watch our content aren't even subscribed. So if you're a fan of our content, can you do me a fucking solid and hit that subscribe button? And if you listen to this via podcast, share me on your stories.
Let's go. First one is the Bulldogs. They've made so many signings this off-season. It's sort of shaping up to be a really good year for them. What are your thoughts on everything?
In sports, you need a couple teams to be good. So in the NBA, you want the Lakers to be good. You want Miami. You want New York. You want these bigger demographics to be good. And I feel like that's the same with the Bulldogs. Within rugby league, you want the Roosters to be good. You want Manly to be good. But most of all, you want the Bulldogs to be good and you want Parramatta to be good. Because why? They probably got the most loyal and most passionate fan bases. And the comp is just better when those teams are playing well. So Bulldogs been going through a rough time these past couple of years, but they're slowly starting to transition out of it. They've got a great coach in there in Trent Barrett. Obviously, I've had a lot to do with Trent Barrett and a big fan. And the big push that Penrith had was off the back of his attacking structure. And he's going to bring that over. But let's look at a couple of the signings. Nick Kotrick, absolute gun. He's a beast. Good-looking bloke as well. He'll run over the top of you. He'll probably play at centre. You could put him on the wing as well. He's got a very strong carry and a great finish as well. Corey Allen just recently signed these past couple days, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he's come off the back of Origin. He looks silky in Origin. The way he plays, the way he moves, he kind of reminds me of a James Tedesco. Very short steps. He's active. He's everywhere. Obviously, I'm not putting him in the same category as James Tedesco yet. James Tedesco is the GOAT right now. But it's a really great signing. Kyle Flanagan. Scope sort of said in his write-up, he's got a point to prove right now and he'll have a chip on his shoulder, but it's not one that's sort of built off the back of malice. So I'm excited for that. And with Trent Barrett, the way Trent Barrett coaches, if you have watched Manly play when he was coaching, if you watch Penrith play these last 2 years, his structure is built around these types of players, like a Kyle Flanagan. So they'll have a 3-half system. Kyle Flanagan will control the middle of the field. Corey Allen will be out the back of one side, and their 5 out will be out the back of the other one. If I was coaching the Bulldogs right now, I'd put Will Hopewadi at 5'8". He's got the skill set. He's got everything. He's got all the skills. He's experienced now. I'd be throwing him at 5'8" because he'd be playing like that sort of second fullback role anyway within the structure that Trent Barrett plays. Josh Adokar coming 2022, best winger in the comp. Best finisher in the comp, brings a lot of personality to the club as well, which is important. And Jack Hetherington, he will be a fan favourite at that club. The style of football that he plays, he's got a bit of grub in him, and I like that. It's fucking annoying to play, but when he's on your side, they're the types of players you really like to play with, and he's tough. And obviously Baz just brought him straight over. Add to that, you got Adam Elliott, Dylan Lapa, Josh Jackson, Will Hopewadi, and DWZ. Like it's a good side.
Their forward, he came through middle way from the season from England, so he's had a full pre-season behind him as well.
And hopefully he's not as homesick and stuff like that. And he's classed as England's best forward. So Bulldogs, really good pack, really good signing, really good coach. They're coming out that 5-year little period of the rebuild and heaps of young players. So exciting times for the Bulldogs.
Last night on Instagram, we saw the post from, I think it was Channel 9, Rugby League. Benji Marshall potentially could be an option for the Roosters. And we just had coffee before, and I reckon it's a mad idea, right?
Yeah, Benji obviously changed the game. Like, when you look at Kobe Bryant and you do a fadeaway jumper in the park, you shout out Kobe. When you sidestep, you say Benji. And he changed the game. He paved the way for like Tuivasa-Sheck and Shawnee Johnson and Kalen Pongas. He was sort of the first guy that transitioned from touch to football and done it successfully and done it in his own way. So the move to the Roosters is such a Roosters move. And don't be talking about salary cap and all that sort of stuff as well, because I dare say with no options on the table, he could be going there for minimum wage. And I know he's gone to places for minimum wage before, and he's not about that. He's happy to take minimum wages as long as he keeps on playing. But in terms of structure, fuck, it's an exciting move for him. You look at their spine already, Jake Friend established. He'll probably run the team along with Luke Carey. He's at 5'8". You throw in James Tedesco, the best player in the comp right now, and you add Benji Marshall to that. Experience for one, but all you need to do, and we touched on this before, he'd be a bit more of a role player. He won't have to sort of guide the team around, but he'll have less touches, but there'll be more quality touches. And the better quality touches he has is because, one, he'd be running up a fucking gun forward pack. Jared's getting you forward. Takiaho's getting you forward. He's got a gun back row and Angus Crichton. When he's going to the line with shape, he's got Tedesco out the back. He's got Morris out the back. He's
Manu.
Joseph Manu is on that side. Joseph Manu out the back. And then he's got Brett Morris. Like, I don't know.
Have we said a bad player yet?
And like, I know they got a stacked side, but a lot of these guys are playing at the end of their career and they just want to win comp. So they're going for less money. And like, I get the salary cap thing. Like I played the Roosters when they had everyone and it felt like you just getting like, felt like it was men against boys, but I don't think this is a salary cap thing right now. Maybe they think Sam Walker's a little bit off here in terms of development. He's probably the hottest young prospect coming through and the Roosters always get these hot young prospects, but he's good. Plus their kicking game, all the Roosters do is fucking bomb the ball. All they do, they'll get to, their forward pack's so good, they get to a certain point on the field, 50 metres out, 40 metres out, and all they do is put up bombs. And he's got a massive right foot. So I'm excited. I hope it goes through. I hope it goes through and the Roosters go win a comp or at least play in the grand final for Benji, for the culture, for kids from country towns like me that he made it feel like we had a chance.
Yeah. How good's a rugby league storyline, eh?
Yeah, and this is just gossip too. So, but it's an interesting piece of gossip.
Yes, exactly. Lastly, we had on the list the dramas with the manager, Elijah Taylor. Lost a bit of money there. Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, obviously I know Elijah. We come through the Warrior system together when we were like 17 years old. Great guy. I won't go into too much personal details, but I do remember Ivan bringing in the guy and he come in and done talks. So Ivan was always big on these types of talks where he'd get business people in and he was just trying to give us perspective on life. And this guy come in and he was super interesting, a bit of an older guy, and he always talked about the brain. And he goes, you never let emotion get in the way of intellect and stuff like that. And obviously Elijah formed a really close relationship with him. And like, I know Elijah, I know his partner, she's Cookie as well. I know their family, and it fucking hurts to sort of see that type of stuff happen. And fuck, there's some slimy people out there, and player managers are a big part of that as well. And he wasn't technically a player manager. I think Elijah just sort of latched on to him, and then he sort of done his player agency off the back of that. But to think that someone could rip someone off $400,000, then declare bankruptcy, which basically means Elijah won't get any money, it's super sad to see. And Elijah trusted him. They talked every single day. But the lesson in this for football players, for anyone, is Warren Buffett said it the best, like, you can learn from mistakes, but they don't have to be your own mistakes. And as sad as this is, and my heart goes out to Elijah and his family, but footy players, like, take control of your own money, take control of your own education, fucking read books on money, on investing, on cryptocurrency, whatever it is. Don't just start giving your money to other people because you're too fucking lazy. Like, don't just give it to your manager to trust. Like, managers, over the past couple of years, they're starting to get weeded out. They're not the most trustworthy people in the world. Only person that you should be able to trust is yourself. And the way you trust yourself is get educated on these types of things. You guys are going to get good money. And if you can fucking throw that money away as well. So make sure you're getting educated. Make sure you're getting financially literate. So when stuff starts to happen and you've got a bit of financial literacy about it, you're like, shit, that's not right.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, where's that money going? And as hard as it is to see, I hope this is a lesson for every football player out there and every young person coming out there. Your player manager doesn't always want the best for you. You got to look after yourself, and you got to fucking self-educate yourself. So that's the lesson here.
And that's where we wrap it up for this week.
Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.